Bob Canote, Camp Chaos Chronicles. And what we're doing today is sort of a last minute escape from Camp Chaos episode. About a week ago, I was informed of an engine down by Chicago. It's about a 400-mile drive from where I live. It's a 1986 5.3 liter Jaguar V-12. And in fair running condition, which means typically it's junk. But it is a Jag V12. The price was right. Transmission comes with it. And just felt it was worth the trip to get the engine, and secondly, kind of get the band together again and do one of these. And I got my buddy Tony.
Good morning.
And the video guys. And it's going to be fun. We just need to really do this because, as you all know, everybody's been cooped up for way too long. And so nothing knocks the edges off of your psyche like a good old-fashioned road trip and all the things that go along with that. So here we are, riding in the Bruisemobile, which truthfully is one of my favorite vehicles to travel in. If it weren't for the 12 mile per gallon thing, I'd take it everywhere. Dang it.
Have I been cooped up?
Yeah.
Too much.
Tell me about it. I think we all have been. This is definitely something needed.
Well, you know, I got to this point about 3 weeks ago when I encapsulated me and my contagion in a rental car and drove to Colorado for some takeout ribs.
Who does that?
What do you think is going on in McHenry, Illinois, if there's an 86 Jaguar XJS
switched into
motor? Not only is he doing a conversion for his XJS, but he's got an XJ6 that's already been completed.
Oh.
So I think you're going to be right in your wheelhouse, buddy. You know. The last controversy that we had on one of the groups about it, one of the guys, he said, the DNA of a car is in the motor. And if it's not Jaguar, if it's not a Jaguar motor, it's not a Jaguar.
It's a good quote.
And my response is, DNA doesn't matter when you kick them out of the crusher. They all look the same at that point. And that's my take on it, is because, you know, what would happen to these two cars if this guy didn't do that? These cars would be in the...
They'd scramble.
Yeah, they'd be crushed. So any way you can save one of these cars, or
It's actually a cheap, easier way to do it.
yeah, it is. You know, you got to do a really good conversion to, you know, to have it be worth something. But I mean, people don't do these conversions so that they're going to be worth something. They do them so they can enjoy a Jaguar without having to worry about finding parts out in the middle of nowhere, and you know, being able to get home once you get out there. So. Like I think about doing a restaurant review at a Kwik Trip in Stewartville, Iowa. for Minnesota.
Right.
It's just one of those additional things that makes life interesting. Makes something interesting.
Bill and Bob got into
Heated debate.
a heated debate about gas station sandwiches.
Okay. What is going?
And why? And
Hey,
why,
I can hear it in my mind already.
And Bob's like, man, if you find a good gas station sandwich, you gotta review it. You know, you gotta let everyone know about it. And Bill's like, pretty much, Bill's like, that's stupid. You know, that's basically what he said. But he did it in, you know, his Bill kind of way. You know, it's just like, that's just dumb. No one cares about gas station sandwiches. No one cares about it. I'm like, yeah, but
Bob does. I've been on multiple road trips with Bob,
yeah.
and there's always specific spots that we have to stop.
We're going to do a little bit of a cuisine review right now. We're at the Kwik Trip gas station in Stewartville, Minnesota, and we're on our way to Chicago. And we're going to take a look at one of my favorite on-the-road foods. This is the Kwik Trip sausage, egg, and cheese croissant. Can you get a good look at that right there?
I'm just glad you said it right.
Croissant?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, you got to say it right. I mean, this is Kwik Trip. So what you have to do is you have to approach it with an open mind. Sausage, egg, and cheese is pretty much the same wherever you go. However, the croissant, you got to look at it more in the vein of a couple of pancakes on each side, because by the time we get to it, you know, a couple hours after it's been made and it's been wrapped up, and it's all kind of gets squished down, but it's still good. You just can't look at it like a croissant. Then we've got our stick tater tots here, which has good texture. It's got a nice crispy outside, a little bit of onion, a little bit of garlic. You got to get to this early though, because about 9 o'clock in the morning, this thing turns into jerky, potato jerky. So we're going to fuel up, we're going to get on the road, and this is going to take us all the way to Chicago or thereabouts. Yep. Huh? Well, no, at this point, we need to get the thing out here. So, let's, what do you say we, suppose you want money for this?
Yeah, I'm just glad somebody's going to be able to use it.
Yeah, I hate to see him go. Is 20, 40, 60, 80.
What are you guys doing over here? Drug deal?
100. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 is 100. 1, 2. You said you had the radiator?
Yeah, she's sitting in the car.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
All right.
I'll do that.
Cool.
Oh, you got change for 20? Or, yeah, there we go. Perfect. What I'm saying is we get it out here as far as we can, and then we pick it up, and then we back it in the truck. We get it on the dollies in the truck.
Right, but we can back the truck up for a lot more.
I'm saying we need to get the thing out as far as we can, because it does us no good, because that's not going to do us any good once the front wheels, which is all the weight, where all the weight is, gets in the dirt here.
Oh, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 guys here. We should be able to push it.
I'll put my camera down.
Just back the truck up.
Actually, I can do this.
Okay, let's see what happens. Will it back into the shed?
Not all the way, no.
A little bit farther.
Good.
Straight. You're gonna want to go ahead that way and then come back. Yep. You're too far to your right. Doing good. Doing good. About another half a foot. A little bit more. Good. Throw that, if you don't mind, throwing that rug down, that'll help kind of roll it across the rocks and stuff.
Okay, so what's the plan? Okay, so yeah, these carabiners go in the lifting lugs. Sure.
Too tight over here. I can't get this up. Oh, never mind.
Now, how long have you owned the car?
I've owned the car like 3 weeks.
Oh, is that right?
So I bought it from a guy that was up in Madison. He had the car running last year and then pulled it to do the front suspension.
Mm-hmm.
And
Pulled the engine to do the front suspension.
well, he was doing like a whole
Really?
pro touring thing, so he had all the suspension out of the car, did all the bushings, everything.
Yeah.
And then he ended up losing interest in it, and then bought a S2000 a couple weeks ago.
We are in the 1-ton position now, so we will save over your dolly. Well, the question is, will it get it high enough?
It should. This will go about almost to the ceiling.
Get her over to the right. Let's try getting it out the door. Got to move it to the right a little bit, and
You want this thing turned around? There's no crank piece in the back, or doesn't that matter to you?
what piece of the back?
Crank piece is in the back. Do you want it this way?
If we will come around this way, yeah, that's the way we want it, right there. How are we doing as far as?
Looks good so far.
Okay, hold it. Gotta come down a little bit.
Are you gonna put a dolly underneath it?
So. Get it over to the right, or kick that over. Okay, now what we can do is we can jack it up and get a dolly on it and roll it. Are we out? Can somebody try jacking that up?
Yep.
Are we out of travel here?
Yeah, I still got one.
Okay, all right.
Yeah, we can go up a few more inches. And then you're gonna be hitting the road. There
Okay.
you go. All right, so just like this.
Man, we really need to get it forward a little bit. Bill, see if you can get this underneath the front. Okay. Everything in position, Bill?
Yeah. Perfect.
Okay. Tony, we'll pull that out. You don't want it coming out of the dolly.
Piece of cake.
Toss the transmission in. Okay, anybody? There we go. Perfect.
How much for the pop machine?
Can you fit it in
With
there?
the Miller light button?
Thing's awesome.
Yeah.
It works great.
Oh, geez, it does have a. Dude, it's got beer buttons.
Yep.
Yeah.
Oh, I thought you were kidding.
Nope.
How funny is that?
That's my beer fridge.
Is there like any political candidate that you don't want to talk about, or religious views?
Not right now.
Okay, good talk. I didn't think so.
Okay, we're in McHenry, Illinois. We just put the 5.3 liter Jag V-12 in the back of the Bruisemobile and getting ready to move on. But we're going to take a look at this gentleman's projects that he's got going here. This is Mike Bowman, who is a member of at least one of the pages.
Yeah, a couple of the Jag pages.
Right, on Facebook.
Yeah.
And that's how I found out about the engine and transmission. So, Mike, where'd you get this? This is an '86 XJ6 or XJS.
I think it's an 85. It came out of Madison, Wisconsin. Gentleman passed away a couple years ago, and a guy that I know bought it and was going to do a pro touring autocross car out of it with a LS manual transmission, the whole nine. He ended up buying an S2000, and then the car just sat. So, you know, he got the car, you know, the S2000 a couple weeks ago. He contacted me. I picked it up, and yeah, we're gonna get it back on the road here in probably a couple weeks.
Excellent. Looks pretty clean. I was just taking a
Yeah, it's a really clean
glance
car.
at the interior.
It's gorgeous.
Yeah, it's very, very nice.
Got 82,000 miles on it.
Mm-hmm.
Old man car, you know.
Sure.
And,
Well, now.
but, you know, just, elderly,
Yeah,
man,
okay.
dogs,
You're just digging
you know.
yourself deeper, buddy.
Nah, you know, it's just well
Sure,
taken care of.
Yeah, right.
But yeah, so it never saw salt, you know,
Yeah.
and it's just, you know, it's just a nice clean old
Yeah,
car.
it's, around here, if you drive them in the wintertime, they're junk in no time.
Yeah.
So you got it with without the engine in it.
Yeah, so the engine was out. You know, he had it on an engine stand. You know, the suspension was out of it. He bolted it back together.
Mhm.
You know, we're gonna tear it apart to, you know, make sure everything's like to my liking,
Sure.
and then put it all back together, and then probably for the time being swap into small block Chevy, and then possibly next year or the year after turbo LS.
Oh, okay.
So,
Okay.
you know, just because I think it'd be a great car, because.
Now you know that this sort of thing starts a firestorm.
Yeah, I know. I'm aware. But
As long as we're digging holes here.
But you know the thing is, like, I buy cars to drive them, and I just want to be on the road, no old cars. And the LS for me has been real reliable. My GMC over there's got an LS. I got a C4 Corvette that's got an LS, and they're great turnkey, dependable cars.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, and plus the fact, what would happen to this car if you hadn't have bought it to do that with?
It probably would have got junked.
Yeah.
Because the guy wanted to get rid of it. You know, I picked it up. I picked it up cheap.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, he just wanted it gone. So at the price I paid, it probably would have hit the scrapyard.
Yeah.
The car is such a gorgeous car. I just want to drive it.
Yeah.
And I drive my old cars about 20,000 miles a year. So we go, like I drove that truck to Tennessee last year. So my whole goal is to just drive the cars. Yeah. And, you know, and the body shell is the body shell and the motor, you know, whatever. Yeah. I'm not a purist in any, you know, fashion.
And really, no, my thing is Jag V12s.
Yeah.
And I love them, and I would probably never do a conversion, but you know what? There's not a whole lot of downside.
Oh, yeah.
To putting a nice Chevy V8 in these.
Yeah, I mean, you know, just the reliability factor is just.
Well, Tony owned an XJ6 with a
had a Chevy V8, 350 V8 in it.
Right. So what do you say we go look at your other car?
All right, yeah.
So this is an 87
Series 3.
Well, this is pretty clean.
It looks clean from the top side, but underneath it's garbage. Yeah, this car came out of Pennsylvania.
Okay. Yeah.
No.
Air conditioning work?
Air conditioning works. It's only got supposedly 20,000 miles on the build.
Yep.
The starter relay went out on it, and it was parked in 2000.
Yep.
And I picked it up last year and put a starter relay on it. Been driving it ever since.
So you bought this with it converted?
Yes.
Okay.
And the whole reason
reason.
I bought this because it had the swap kit already in it.
Oh, I see. So you're going to use this for the engine and the swap kit and
for
put
that
it in
one.
there.
So I bought this as a parts car, and then I just basically got it running.
So you're going to be doing some detailing?
Yeah. We're going to take this all out, clean it all up, freshen everything up, and then put it back in the other car.
So what happens to this then?
It'll probably get parted out.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, it's just there's not really a whole lot you can do with this car. It's too far gone.
Yeah.
You know, it's a shame. It's a pretty car.
I've seen a ton of them. Okay, well, I think we've discussed everything we need to discuss here. Looks like you're a guy that likes a good project.
Oh yeah, I got a few of them.
Well, excellent. Okay, well, I think we got to hit the road here.
Sounds good.
So it was nice meeting you, Mike, and doing business with you, and everything went pretty smooth.
Yeah, it really did.
Yeah. Got a bathroom?
Yeah.